Welcome to Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen. This is an international program. We have two ambassadors of peace and love and very important folks. I want you to call somebody during this break so that they can come back and join you on this amazing program. We've got people representing the most powerful music on the planet, reggae music, world music, and they are representing some of the most peaceful, wonderful lyrics, some of the most peaceful involvement of other people. Our equity is on the line, and we cannot do better than the guests that we have for you today. Stand by, we'll be right back.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/team up.
Welcome back. I'm Wallace Allen. This is Empire Talks Back. We have international reggae star Mr. Victor Essiet, and we have Mr. Russell Gerlach, who is an international, oh man, he's like the Renaissance man as far as music goes. He's worked with artists from Willie Nelson all the way over to where he is now working with Tough Gong Records, the record label created by Bob and Rita Marley, and he has managed many artists. But he's most famous to me because if you want to hear about what's going on in Southern California regarding reggae music, you talk to Reggae Russell Gerlach. Russell, how you doing?
Pleasure, always great
Good,
to see you.
it's great to see you. And of course we have our superstar, our main ingredient, Mr. Victor Essiet, international star. One of the great things about him is he just won an award from the United Nations as Ambassador for Peace, and you describe that for me a little bit better, if you will.
Yeah, well, I was able to join Victor in Abuja, the capital of Nigeria, last September, and International Day of Peace is always September 21st around the world, and he was honored to receive the Global Ambassador of Peace Award, and I was able to receive the Ambassador of Peace Award myself also.
Victor, as you put together your music and your great shows, is peace one of the things that's on your mind, or you just want to be sure the audience is peaceful, or how do you feel about receiving that ambassadorship?
Well, I'm a man who grew up in the chaos. I grew up in the chaos, and then witnessing my, family members being killed, shot. My sister shot dead, my uncle, and my daddy attacked, stabbed, my mommy shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always give thanks that God has turned all those things to a good thing in my life, because I probably would have been one of the most dangerous human beings living on earth.
With reason.
But
with that.
what happened was a tragedy of, a huge magnitude. I wouldn't want it to happen to anyone. So God, the Most High Jah, helped me to turn that into a positive spirit for me to start as a crusader, as an activist of peace. And you could not ask for any other vehicle than reggae music to convey this message of peace and love and unity to the world. So, it's been very difficult that even at my age right now, I'm going to be like 66 next month, but still this tragedy never left me. So that is the feel that, gives me the energy to continue to push. How can we find peace in the world? Because what happened to me as a kid, I would not want it to happen to any other kid in the world.
One
It's
of the
sad.
things that impresses me about reggae music is that I can think of no other music that speaks of God as a subject matter consistently while we're dancing and singing and having a joyful attitude and projecting peace at the same time. I
Right.
applaud you for choosing the lane that you chose because, as you say, losing your mother, your father to that type of tragedy could have drawn you very easily into another world, a world of crime, a world of revenge, and we are constantly able to see the vengeance trail that others who have power choose to take. What brought
Yes.
you into music? What was the thing that inspired you to go into the world of music instead of so many of the other things you could have chosen to do?
Well, I didn't choose music. Music chose me.
All right.
I'm from um, a godly home where my family, we had a chapel where we give thanks and praise to the Most High in the morning, and we give thanks to the Most High, at night before we retire. Each and every child in my family, we must go to give God the glory. We must go and give thanks and praise. So in that process, my mom used to be like, used to lead the hymns, you know what I mean, the songs and praise, and so we all the kids, you always, you gotta sing whether you can speak or not,
Hmm.
and that's how it started. And my daddy used to be like a leader of the um, um, traditional play and dance. And also, my dad used to be also like, the English dance there. You know what I mean? Like, he used to be dancing, both, you know, the the English music and the traditional. So, but I guess that, sometimes it's hard because I still feel that what happened to me didn't have to happen for me to told the way I told. But I think, and then my daddy, they used to be traditional musicians in the village, and my daddy, they bought them a musical instrument for them to be able to further their, you know, um, um, profession and stuff like that. So, um, and from when I was a little kid, I was drawn to music. But through Bob Marley is really the ones who actually made me, because my music was about message. Because my family, when your parents, when you guys are in the session praising God, is about positivity. You know what I mean? About, even though the world is a bad place, we want to make the world a better place. We want to, reach out and touch other people.
Hmm.
So growing up with that positivity, but seeing the negativity that happened to us, and that spirit um, that was upon me, kind of guided me and leaded me. And then the music chose me so that I can also help other people, not to fall victim to the violence of the world, and negativity. You know what I'm saying?
I heard a recent interview that someone did with you, and I heard your response several times included this phrase, use what you've got to get what you need. Use what
Yes.
you've got to get what you need. How has that been applied in your life as you've gone forward to do what you're doing? I mean, you were, from what you're telling me, you were not just provided with all of the information or provided with all the opportunity. You had to make some steps available that didn't appear available. How did that occur for you?
My life has been very, very difficult. I would not be able to make it to this point. I probably would have been a dead person now, because it's been very difficult for me to get to the point that I am. And that's why I try to let everyone understand that we can do anything when we invite God into our lives. You cannot function in this world because it's a wicked place. You know what I'm saying? If you do not have God, you're dead. You suffer and die. Because the Most High Jah has helped me, and I'm able to use the peace, the love within myself to try to attract that peace and love, because I truly want to see the betterment of humanity. So I fight for it with everything I have. I try all my best for everyone. Russell has been with me for 30 years now. He knows our function. We're not trying to get anything. I'm not trying to get anything for myself. I try to get things for people, you know what I mean? And I give thanks and praise, you know what I mean? So
Well,
that's how it is.
I want to thank you for sharing that part of your heart. People can go and buy your records. They can download your records. They can hear your music. But you've just given us something that I regard as extremely valuable and unfortunately exclusive, and we want to share that part of you as much as possible. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back and get a chance for Russell to let us reinforce that wonderful attitude that you are operating with. We'll be right back.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our everyday.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. Retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Let's put ourselves in the right position.
Well, this is for the people all over the globe, all over the world. Victor.
We're back. I'm Wallace Allen. Empire Talks back. We just had an amazing conversation with Victor. He's obviously much more than a musician. He is indeed an ambassador for peace, and we can appreciate that. His partner, Russell Gerlach, you also won a United Nations ambassadorship for peace.
Yes.
The music is anything but peaceful on stage. But the message that it gives does talk to us about getting along with each other, loving your brother for something other than what he can do for you. How does that work for you guys?
I think reggae music is, with the word, the sound, and power of it, gives that energy and along with the message, and it allows it to convey it.
You've worked with almost every type of musician out there. My statement about reggae music's having this exclusive lane, is that just my impression, or is that something that you feel as well?
No, that's something that drew to me because I was DJing and playing all types of music in the 1980s as I was getting into music myself. But I went to my first reggae concert and I felt like that was home. And that energy and just the brotherhood, sisterhood with everyone there, it just couldn't be duplicated anyhow.
What are your plans for the future, gentlemen, in terms of new music, appearances, bringing Nigeria and the United States closer together? I was speaking to you earlier about the large contingent of Nigerians in particular here in Southern California, but there are many Africans here in Southern California that appreciate reggae music. How do we take advantage of that, and are we planning to bring Victor here soon?
Oh, Victor is back and forth quite often. He just spent 5 weeks with me here.
Okay.
And he's back in Lagos now, as of course we're speaking today. But he's going to be in the studio finishing his new album, which will be his first in a while. But also working here in Jamaica at Tough Gong Studios. Victor's first album was 1979, right?
Yeah.
And been a platinum star ever since. So our work together is keeping that music, the message, the momentum, and solidifying his legacy with the music as the godfather of African reggae, the first artist ever to be a platinum selling artist in Africa for any genre, and continuing that through to get his story out and the music out to solidify it.
As we look at his appearance, for instance, on college campuses, are we looking at possible workshops that go beyond the musical presentation so that more people can hear his philosophy of life off stage, so that we can start kind of negating some of the negatives that people have about life, about meeting people who are not of their immediate culture, about the importance of travel and understanding other people's culture. I think that we see so many examples here in America of what occurs when people are left to believe that speaking their one language is the way to go, as opposed to integrating and understanding other people's culture.
Well, the music is solid within the diaspora community, of course, the African diaspora, the Caribbean diaspora, but really transcending that throughout. And Victor's been a trailblazer for that, you know, playing in cities around the U.S. that no reggae or African musician had ever been. I mean, you're talking Idaho, Wyoming, some of the Midwest states. He's toured pretty much all 50 states.
Did I hear you say Arkansas?
Moscow.
All right now.
Idaho.
So, in fact, Victor spent time in Little Rock and Russellville, which of course is my town.
I have a story about Russellville once from driving across America. Yes, Russellville.
Montana. He's reminded me, Helena, Montana. He's the first artist to ever play in a lot of those, Idaho, Washington, Oregon, and a lot of reggae artists followed that trailblazing. But Victor's always looked outside of the box and how to...
Pocatello, Twin Falls, and Great Falls.
Victor, can you think of an incident where you know that you helped bring someone across the road, if I can say that, from an attitude of ignorance and not knowing anything about, well, they hear the music, they dance to the music, but they didn't really feel the spirit until they met you and somehow they let you know that. Do you have an experience like that you can share?
Yeah, you know, like in Memphis and all these places that we just mentioned, you know, because I did a cover country music, Dolly Parton,
Oh,
I
really?
covered John Lennon, and those, because of that, the country music station, radio station, had to play uh, my song on the country music radio station. You know, you know the song "By Through the Years, I Go Wandering Once Again, by through the seasons of my youth, recall a box of rice someone gave up, and now my mama put the rice to you." You know the song,
Oh, no, I
and
don't, but I'm telling you, I'm going to find out more about it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to ask
yeah,
the engineer to find that song and play it
Well,
you
as
know,
we
he
produce.
did Dolly Parton's "Coat of Many Colors,"
Okay.
and that's
many
kind of
Oh,
a more
that's what
popular
it
song
is.
that most
Okay.
people would know too.
Okay,
and
and
then
hopefully it's up on YouTube or somewhere where we'll be able to
That
bring
is.
that
yeah,
down before
and then
this
there's
program is
another.
over. Yes.
Yeah, there's another Dolly Parton song that I covered. It's called "Too Late." It's too late. Say you love me, and it's too late. So those songs, because of what happened to me, and you know what I mean. These songs appealed a lot to me. You know what I mean. We were,
Yes.
my family were well to do, but they helped people. They used that to help other people. But when it was time that we grew up, when our parents were supposed to help us, disaster struck. And so we became, you know what I mean? The tragedy just hit us. So, and then we became like we never had anything. So those songs kind of appeal to me and things like that. So because of these songs I got played in this station. And then people, when we went to these places to perform, some people came and said, "Yo, we never even we never liked reggae music. You know what I mean? We just heard reggae music being played on our station. It's like, yo, this is Dolly Parton, this is this," and then we decided to come and see these artists, and so I helped to convert some people to become, reggae fans.
Amazing. Very amazing. And you're telling me that country western music is big in Nigeria.
Yes, very big,
Very
very
big.
big,
I
very big.
understand. Music is music, isn't that something? And
Yes, yes.
as we say that, I note that you, Russell, have worked with Willie Nelson, among other people in your past.
Yeah, with his Countryman, he recorded a reggae album, and I was able to do his marketing and promotion for that with him on that.
I'm learning so much
I'm on
today.
the road again.
Willie Nelson did a reggae album.
Yeah.
Countryman
Yeah.
album.
Countryman, oh my goodness,
Yes.
that's an amazing thing. As you do your shows, how much of this music where you cover country, and is there any other genre of music that you cover?
Yeah, of course, I covered John Lennon.
Ah, do you do any
Yeah.
gospel music?
I'm just sitting here watching the wheels go round and round. I really love to watch them roll. No longer riding on the merry-go-round. Oh, and I got to let it go. Oh, yeah.
Very, very good,
You know
very
what I'm
good.
saying?
I do appreciate that. We're getting our own little concert here.
You
Victor's
know,
amazing.
so,
He's amazing.
you know, yes, music is the greatest thing that has happened to human race. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean. I don't care. You remember Sting sang that music, uh, the
Love
Middle
it.
East.
Love is the
You,
seventh
you,
wave.
I did a Sting song, the seventh wave.
Yeah, love is the
But
seventh
again,
wave.
what I'm saying is that yes, um, Sting sang a song which is sung in the Middle East language in one of his, and it was pretty cool, and I really love that song. So music has no language, has no barrier, has no boundary. You know what I mean? So, and that's how we human beings should be, loving without discrimination. You know what I mean?
He needs to be on a lecture series. He needs to, when he goes to the college campuses, it's one thing to be able to stand on that stage, but to stand behind a lectern and be able to explain and discuss the humanity beyond just the music is something that he is very good at doing. And I want to be the one to make that suggestion and that request.
Yeah, I mean, he was on the front lines of fighting against apartheid in South Africa
Yes.
in the 80s, and so it can go very deep with Victor.
Victor, what is in your future that you haven't told Russ about? Something that you really want to do that you haven't discussed yet? Can we get into your dream and find out something that we could look forward to?
Well, Russell know that I don't talk about the future. I always leave the future in the hands of the Most High Jah, because we don't know the next minute.
Well, maybe you could invite us into one of, not your dream, but one of your prayers. Because as you pray, maybe you let him know that you're happy with what you've got and willing to use what you've got to get what you need, but maybe he could help.
That's something I never really voiced out all of my life. I don't never say nothing about tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Always, that's in the secret between me and Jaja. I tell Jah, to, do his will on me, because, listen, I got people that have died. A whole bunch of things is going on. So, but when the Most High, hide you in his pavilion, he will take you to the place you're going. It's not for me to say, you understand? But what I wish to the world is love, peace, goodness for the suffering people, because I know what suffering is. It breaks my heart every day to see how the politicians are saving the people, because I have suffered. I know what suffering is like. I know what hunger is like. And so my thing is, if anything I wish in the future is to see the suffering people get relieved.
God bless you, Victor, and thank you for sharing your time with us. I am going to submit your name to my friend Leo, who used to live in Chicago but now lives in the Vatican. I'm going to submit your name for sainthood, because I mean, I don't know a lot about it, but if they are not like you, moving in the direction you're moving in, then they need to be. And so I am not ashamed to say, Saint Victor, my goodness. Russell, this is the quickest half hour on TV, and I want to give you the last 30 seconds to say what you need to say.
No problem. It's just a pleasure. And continuing not only through the ambassadorship of peace, but through the music, we continue to bring that message, that energy, positivity, as Victor alluded to also, that just steadfast in keeping on soldiering through with that music and bring it to the masses.
Thank you for sharing your time. Thank you for sharing your time, and we look forward to the next time. God bless you.
Thanks.
See you next time.